Good morning. Let's try that again. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to a very special occasion. It is the affirmation ceremony for our new county legislator, Mazi Melesa Pilip. Let's give her a round of applause. And to start off today, we have some very special people in the Great Neck community. They have gone into service just this past week several times, and they have done an absolutely magnificent job. They're always there when Great Neck needs them. They're some of the most selfless volunteers you will ever find, and that is the members of the Great Neck Fire Department, Great Neck Alert, and we would like to welcome their color guard. Would everybody please stand for our color guard? I would now like to ask John Wighouse, the president of the Nassau County Police Detectives and Investigators, to come forward and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Please welcome John Wighouse.
Place your right hand over your heart and repeat after me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
And now I'd like to welcome and to ask to come up St. John's University student, education major, and a singer on the side. We'd like to ask Alexa Tubian to please come up and lead us in our national anthem. Alexa.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Thank you.
Please remain standing as I ask to come forward Rabbi Gazinski of Chabad of Great Neck to offer our invocation. Rabbi Gazinski.
Good morning. Just this past week, on a few separate occasions, a few people came over to me and asked, "Isn't heaven the ideal?" And I replied, "It's not about heaven. It's about bringing heaven down to earth." When God created this earth, He created man to settle this world, and not angels. Angels are like robots who have no free choice. Rather, man who has free choice, whom God placed on this earth with a mission. And when we choose to fulfill our mission, we can achieve what angels cannot. As it says in Isaiah, he is the God, the one who fashioned the earth and its maker. He established it. He did not create it for emptiness. He fashioned it to be inhabited and settled. A vital aspect of God's creation is for people to live and work together for a civilized society that operates in harmony, where people join together to enact a legal system for the purpose of building an environment where people are free to grow, free to produce, free to pursue better lives for themselves and for others. Man, who is created in the image of God, is capable of rising to heights greater than angels. We can stand in awe of outstanding thinkers, scientists, doctors, entrepreneurs, developers, engineers, and architects. But it is also the neighbor next door who achieves greatness by being a productive member of society through employment, volunteering, voting, civil service, and basically following the conventions of society. This is the purpose of government, to build a community where people can thrive as only human beings are capable, so that they are free to serve God to their best ability. I address the following especially to our new Nassau County Legislator, Mazi Melesa Pilip. We know you hold leadership as sacred, as the Lubavitcher Rebbe taught. It is the role of a leader to uplift each segment of the community and thereby ensure the flourishing of the whole. It is easy to lose sight of this lofty goal when you are bogged down in deliberations regarding trash fees and city contracts, condemned buildings, and hiring qualified heads of departments, and whatever else demands the attention of our legislators. If this is true during the years of plenty, it is especially true now during the metaphorical years of famine. No matter what you decide, there will be people who will be upset, and as is often the case in politics, there will be no shortage of Monday morning quarterbacks. Especially at this time, it is important to remember the greater purpose for which God, Hashem, has chosen you to lead and represent your district, to work with the mayors and other legislators to make decisions that will enable citizens of our district to thrive, to achieve, to be productive, to live in peace and safety, and ultimately to make our district a heavenly place. Therefore, we turn to God to bestow your blessings on our leaders and elected officials, to provide them the wisdom of balance, to balance the rights of individuals, the rights of the community, the rights of business, to enact laws and institute policies which will bring your blessings of peace, goodness, and blessing, life, graciousness, kindness, and mercy upon us all. May it be favorable in your eyes to bless your children at all times and at every moment with your peace. May God bless the United States of America, the state of New York, and the county of Nassau, and let us say amen.
Last but not least, can we please have a quick moment of silence for our armed forces, our first responders, and those individuals who are on the front lines of healthcare on this day. Thank you. Please be seated. I would like to ask Alona Trokel of Destination Great Neck and numerous other community activities for some introductions of some special people, our dignitaries who are with us today. Alona Trokel, could you please come forward?
Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Scott. I'd like to welcome many of our distinguished guests to today's swearing. County Executive Bruce Blakeman, Joseph Kyra, Chairman, Nassau City Republican, Assemblyman Ed Ra, Supervisor Jen DeSena, County Controller Elaine Phillips, Judge Kohani Mlansman, Presiding Officer Rich Nicolello, Mayor Dr. Pedro Umbral, Mayor Sue Lopatkin, Mayor Dr. Dan Levy, Supreme Court Justice Eileen Daly. Sapricon, I apologize. Michael Fragan, Deputy Mayor of Lawrence. Town of Hempstead Councilman Anthony D'Esposito. Former Assemblyman Rory Lansman. President Nassau died John Wickhouse. Police Commissioner Patrick Ryder. Former Assemblyman Ton Alfano. Congressman Pete King. Tom Shevlin, President, Nassau PBA. Pamela Markshield, Deputy Mayor, Great Neck Plaza. Brian Sullivan, President, Nassau COBA. Michael DeLucia, Trustee, Great Neck Plaza. Rick Frazetti, President, Nassau SOA. Rabbi Asher Kravitsky. Ragini Srivastava, North Hempstead Town Clerk. Rabbi Alon. David Hami, North Hempstead Town. Great Neck Alert Fire Department. Marvin Naddis, Mayor of North Hills. Chief Purcell, Great Neck Alert Fire Department. Dennis Kambadi, Deputy Mayor of North Hills. First Assistant Chief Carlos Gallo, Great Neck Alert Fire Department. Pat Farrell, Lake Success Administrator. Ellie Kashi, Trustee, Great Neck. Janet Esagov, Destination Great Neck. Yehuda Friedman, Friends of the IDF. Mike Pulitzer, Nassau County Legislative Clerk. Avi Posnick, Stand With Us, Fighting Anti-Semitism. Justin Mays, Great Neck Soccer Club. Tiffany Capers, Elmont School Trustee. Thank you all so much.
Thank you very much, Ilona. I have the great privilege of asking to come up and give our keynote address, a man who absolutely needs no introduction in this room. He leads by example. He is just an inspiring leader, and I know that his service inspired in many ways our new county legislator, and that is the Mayor of Great Neck, Dr. Pedram Brawl. Please come forward.
Good morning, Great Neck. It's really a privilege to stand here today and address this amazing community and coming from Great Neck and Nassau County and other places. I don't know if everyone hears me well, but I just want to say, maybe about 5 or 6 years ago, we would not have imagined standing here today and celebrating a clean sweep, not only in Great Neck, not only in town of North Hempstead, but the entire Nassau County. And that goes a celebration that you guys all are in part of, and I wanted to thank you, and I think the Republican Party thanks you. Thank you very much, guys. It wasn't long ago that most of people in Great Neck were either not registered, didn't know they're registered, or didn't care they're registered and never voted. And the reason they did not vote was because they didn't think their vote counted. And then slowly it began with local election, and then when they saw what happened, a leader was created, Mazi, and she came and she agreed to take the call of duty. She stood up and she fought. And because of her, we are celebrating today the victory that was long due to the conservative values that we all celebrate and cherish. So I wanted to say that the silent majority has spoken, and we are no longer silent. The far left has penetrated and has been working very hard for a very long time, I would say probably decades, infiltrating our education system and government. They have been constantly talking to our kids regarding their ideology. And I want to say a story that just happened a few days ago. I was discussing, this being inclusive, as they say. So I told one of the so-called educators that I was talking to, said, you guys want to be inclusive, so why don't you include some of the conservative values in your schools, in our schools, and teach the kids what the conservative people think about? Her response was, because the conservative values are offensive to the majority of Americans. Well, I have news for you, lady. The majority of Americans here have spoken, and they have said we want and we celebrate the conservative values, the God-given conservative values, family values, and what we stand for. So I think these ideologies belong in our school system. The conservative values belong in our school system. I want to say that here we stand. We say no to CRT, no to divisions. Stop making us villainized because of our standing for the conservative values that God has given us. And we are standing here to celebrate the family values that we all celebrate. You can try to divide us, white versus black, Persian versus Chinese, Jews against non-Jews. But we are here to say one thing. I'm looking in this room and I see people from all walks of life. I see Chinese, Persians, Jews, non-Jews, blacks, standing shoulder to shoulder, united, because we believe in our future. We believe in the future of our children. We believe that in order for us to succeed, we have to stand together. It cannot be one part of the society saying one thing and the other part of the society saying the other thing. I know for a fact that people who are in this room have the same values. We believe in the same things and we will fight for the same things, and you will see that. We believe in liberty. We believe in justice. We believe in freedom, and yes, we believe in science. And we believe in the chromosomes as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, today we showed that the grassroots matters. Today we showed that we stand united shoulder to shoulder as one community. And today we showed that our community values the conservative values. We believe that BDS and racism, anti-Semitism must be muzzled, not our kids. Our kids should not be muzzled anymore. This must stop today. We say no to fear-mongering and scare tactics. We say no to illegal mandates. We left our totalitarian countries, many of us, to come to America, to the land of the free and the land of the brave. We must stand up and speak out. We must say that we're standing united, and the silent majority will be the loud majority this coming year. I heard a while ago that a leader is a person who creates a leader who creates another leader. Today, you are all leaders, and I hope that we take this energy to this year for 2022 in November elections, and we say it loud and clear, as many of the Democrats already know, there will be a bloodbath because the Democrats have taken it far left. And I'm hoping that with this, we're going to keep our American dream alive, that we're going to fight for liberty and justice and liberty for all. Congratulations. God bless you, and God bless America.
Thank you, Dr. Brohl. I now would like to ask the chairman of the Nassau County Republican Committee, Mr. Joseph G. Cairo, to come up and to say a few words. Mr. Cairo is a man who leads by example. The chairman has made Great Neck a priority this past fall, and his work and his labor and the teamwork that everybody put together, especially up here in this peninsula, you can't ask for anything better, and you can't ask for a more loyal and good person in your corner, and that is Chairman Joseph G. Cairo.
Thank you, Scott, and Mazi, thank you for including me today in the program and for inviting me, and more importantly, thank you for running. You did a great job, and thank everyone here for your support of Mazi, because you were instrumental, as the mayor said, in our victory not only in this district but throughout North Hempstead and throughout the county. Now, many of you know, because you saw all the commercials and you got untold number of mailings probably. You all know, or you'll get to know Bruce Blakeman, our newly elected county executive. Why not? You know Peter King, who served for 28 years in Congress. You all know Peter King, especially if you watch Fox. But most of you don't know Joe Cairo, so let me tell you who I am. I am a volunteer on Mazi's campaign. Until 5 minutes ago, I thought I was deeply involved in politics, but after listening to Dr. Brohl, the mayor, I don't know, I'm nowhere near as deeply involved as he is. So thank you, Doctor, for those remarks. But let me tell you a little bit about myself and how I relate to Mazi, or my family does. So when I was a kid growing up in New Jersey, people would ask me, Cairo, and I said, yeah, just like the city in Egypt. They would ask me, are you Egyptian? I'd say, no, Cairo is an Italian name. So my grandfather came from Italy at the turn of the last century. He settled in New Jersey, in Belleville, where I grew up, Belleville, New Jersey. And he had 11 children. My father was next to the last, born in 1918. My father, 1941 was a big year for him. He became the first Italian-American to become a member of Local 3, the electrical union in Newark, New Jersey. Quite an accomplishment back then. That December 1941, he married my mother, December 7th, 1941. That's the day that the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor. My mother said the reception was not very festive. All the men were in the basement wondering when they'd be called upon to serve our country. My father went into the Army Air Corps before the Air Force existed, spent 4 years. And back then, though he could serve his country, he would not have been welcomed in Nassau County in the Republican Party. Because back in the 1940s, the Republicans were not the party of the people. Everybody thought the Democrats were the party of the people. So a guy by the name of Pete DeCibio lived in Inwood. Pete DeCibio was Italian, and he saw how Italian-Americans weren't welcome. So he started the Italian-American Republican Club of Nassau County. And when he grew to 500 members, the county chairman decided, I better recognize these people because there's strength in numbers. In 1952, the first Italian-American was elected in Nassau County. You remember Tom Galata, the county executive? His dad was elected the first Italian-American, 1952. So my grandfather came in 1900 to this country. 90 years later, Mazi's grandmother wakes her up, and she says, we're leaving Ethiopia today. We're fleeing Ethiopia because of the persecution, religious persecution, and we're going to Israel for a better life. And then, 70 years after Galata is elected the first Italian-American, 70 years, 1951-52, Mazi, a Republican, is elected. A Jewish, Orthodox Jewish woman, a religious refugee from Ethiopia, is elected as a Republican to the Nassau County Legislature. Come on. And listen, Listen, we are today, Republicans, we are the party of the people, certainly here in Nassau County. This is only the beginning. We're going to grow each and every year, and we're going to include more people. The R after your name, that's only an initial. Doesn't mean anything. That's a letter. Whatever you are, you're welcome into our party because we are the party of the people. In 2021, we elected a Republican, Bruce Blakeman, the first Jewish county executive ever in the history of Nassau County. So, when Dr. Brawl and Mayron Hakimian came to me, they said, we have a candidate. I said, what is this about? Here's a lady, she's got 5 kids at home, that's got to keep her busy. I mean, why does she want to run for office? Then I met her, and I remember what my mother told me. My mother said to me, Joseph, my mother always called me Joseph. No one ever called me Joe, and if you called me Joey, my mother would go crazy. So I was Joseph to my mother. She said, Joseph, when you meet a person, first thing you have to do is look into their eyes, and you'll see what they're really about. So here's what Mazi's eyes told me. They told me that she was a committed person, a caring person, cared about people who wanted to do the right thing. And you know what? On November the 2nd, 2021, the people of the district agreed with my mother, and they elected Mazi. Congratulations. You did a great job. Come on up for 1 minute. My mother also told me something. You know, Mazi, about 3 weeks into the campaign, she says, I need to talk to you. I said, oh my gosh, what happened? She changed her mind. She's not going to run. She comes to me and she says, you know, right in the middle of the campaign in October, I'm going to give birth. And I said, that's wonderful. I said, you take a week off. You take 2 or 3 days off from the campaign. So I said to her, I said, Mazi, you know, my mother said when you carry in the front, it's usually a boy. So when she gave birth, she called me up and I said, was my mother right? She said, no, not a boy, but 2 girls, identical. So congratulations. So when, in the very beginning, when Mayron Hakimian, I can't thank him enough, Dr. Brawl, Handan, who did a phenomenal job getting all the people registered. When they all came to me, later on election night, we took a picture, and Mazi's entire team is in this picture. So Mazi, with the help of Arthur Walsh, we got the picture blown up, and it says, Mazi, you did it. Congratulations. Thank you. Stay right there. Stay there.
Thank you.
Want me to hold that? I'll hold that.
Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman. You really touched my heart. Hold on, I'm gonna take my mask. Thank you, Chairman. So, you know, in life, you're meeting special people, and hold on. In life, you're meeting special people, and Chairman Cairo, one of these people. When I met him the first time, he asked me questions. He told me great stories. And most importantly, he motivated me to run. When I told him I'm pregnant the first time, he said, don't worry, congratulations, we're gonna support you. The campaign will go in. He's very understanding. You need that when you're running a woman pregnant with twins. Chairman Cairo also told me, politics is about personal contact. It's about letting people talk to you, listening to them, and responding to them, and ask them to vote for you. On the election night, I was at the train station. It was cold. It was raining. I found myself going to cars and ask people to go out and vote. I did it because of Chairman's advice. So, Chairman, that night, a picture was taken of me stopping cars and telling people to vote. So I want you to remember that day, the work that was done on November 2nd in Great Neck for our victory. It's the end of the story of that night about Chairman's Cairo hero, Yogi Berra of the New York Yankees. Yogi once said, it's not over until it's over. So I campaigned that night until 9 p.m. because it's not over until it's over. Chairman, I felt right to get you a signed jersey from Yogi because the greatest coach needs a jersey from the coach's hero. Here it is for you. It's original. You can see we have the certificate here. This is for you, Chairman.
Thank you. Look at that.
Thank you, Chairman. Our next speaker to come up and offer a few words is someone I've known for over 25 years. He's a man that leads also by example. He always does what's right. He stands up. He speaks truth to power, and he cares about people. That's the one thing I've learned about him. He really cares about people. And when everybody ran for the hills and wasn't sure if they wanted to run, he not only said, I want to run, but this man did not stop 24/7 every single day, meeting people, getting out the vote, and he was rewarded with a very handsome victory, and that is our new County Executive, Bruce Blakeman.
Thank you very much. Let's hear it for Scott Cushing, who worked tirelessly on behalf of all our candidates. Thank you, Scott. First, I'd like to thank our police, firefighters, and first responders and veterans who are here today. Let's have a round of applause for them. Mazi will have your back. That's a guarantee. And let me say to Chairman Cairo, thank you for your leadership. I would not have made this run without you. I knew that if you and I worked together in partnership, that we would be victorious. It was funny during the campaign because the chairman would always say to me, Bruce, you can win, you can win. And I would say back to him, I'm gonna win, I'm gonna win. So it's because of the support of the chairman and because of you in the audience that I was successful and that Mazi was successful and Jen and Elaine and all our great candidates. I remember the first time that I had a conversation about Mazi. It was with the chairman. It was up in his office on Post Avenue in Westbury. And he was so excited, so enthusiastic. He's telling me about this person, and he gives the whole, biography of, leaving Ethiopia, going to Israel, meeting the doc, emigrating here, moving to this community. And he was so excited. And he says, we're going to win. I think we're going to win here. And then I said, I got to meet this person. So Sigal, my wife, and I met with Mazi and the doc, and we had dinner down in the Five Towns at Cork and Slice, and we had a great time. We got to know each other. We realized how much we had in common. My wife's family was saved by Israel and America. She's Yemenite, so her family was saved in Operation Magic Carpet. So we had that connection. And the interesting thing during the dinner was, throughout the dinner, my wife and Mazi were speaking in Hebrew, and the doc and I don't speak Hebrew. So he and I were talking about vodka and scotch, and they're chatting away in Hebrew, and I said, Doc, I said, I got to tell you, my wife won't teach me Hebrew. She wants to be able to talk to her mother about me without knowing what she's saying. He says, I have the same problem. So anyway, you have a beautiful family. How does it feel to be first dude of Great Neck, Doc? So let me say this. When you look at this beautiful family, it reinforces the goodness of Mazi. That's the first attribute that I recognized about her. Not only is she bright and articulate, but you can tell the goodness. As Chairman Cairo said, you can look in her eyes and see how warm she is and how passionate she is about helping people. And I think that that's the most important thing about being a good elected official, is because we're here to help people. We want to make this a better county. We want to make this a better country. And Mayor Brawl, I have to tell you, you have to learn to be more direct in your address. But I endorse everything you said. So Mazi will take office, and she will work in the legislature with a great leader, Rich Nicolello, who I had the pleasure to work with when I was in the legislature. These are actually two of my bosses. One thing I learned in the legislature is the county executive proposes and the legislature disposes. So I have to be very nice to them. They're my two bosses, but I want to say this. We are going to do a lot of good things together in Nassau County, and if we always remember to do right by the people, to be fair, just, remember that everybody, regardless of race, religion, ethnicity, they're entitled to their fair share here in Nassau County. We are going to do great things. God bless you all, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Our next speaker is another person that if you have not met in person, you feel like you know him because he's on Fox News, I think more than some of the anchors. And he was in the halls of Congress, and talk about a powerhouse for New York. He was New York's congressman. I kind of always felt he was America's congressman. He was the chairman of the Homeland Security Committee. And this is a man who, his integrity and his character, you can't match it. And that is Congressman Peter King.
Thank you, Scott. Ladies and gentlemen, it's really a great honor to be here today with all of you and honoring Mazi. You know, some people become famous right away, and you just know them by their name, like Yogi is Yogi Berra. Everyone's going to go Mazi. You're going to be wondering, like Madonna or whatever. I said, Mazi is going to be known because I've never seen anyone make such an electrifying debut into government and politics as Mazi. But also, let me just comment on something the mayor said about Great Neck. Actually, over 50 years ago, I lived in Great Neck. I think Mike Polis is probably the only one who's still here from those days. And if you ever told us then that you would get a crowd this big, that you would elect a county legislator, I said on a radio show once, it's the first time since the War of 1812 that the Republicans elected a county legislator from Great Neck. It would have been unbelievable. So I want to thank all of you and the community of Great Neck for what you've done to revitalize the Republican Party, make the Republican Party the dominant force it should be. But to get that done, you needed someone who could channel it all, and that's what Mazi did. She brought it all together by reaching out, by reaching not just Republicans and conservatives, but independents, Democrats, people who wanted a change, people who wanted someone who represented real values, conservative values, the traditional values that made America great. When I first met Mazi, right away you could tell that she was exceptional, that she was unique. But I guess two events stand out in my mind as maybe a metaphor for what her campaign was all about. We were down in the Five Towns. Bruce Blakeman dragged us all down there to the Five Towns. And it was serious. It was a great event honoring the former U.S. ambassador to Israel. And he was being honored that day. Unfortunately, Bruce picked a day where it was 175 degrees out. The sun was coming down. People were on the verge of passing out. And sitting on the stage, I guess she was like 6, 7 months pregnant then, is Mazi, uncomplaining. She was the first to arrive, the last to leave. She stayed there in the sun. And I'm just thinking of people, if they have a head cold, they don't want to be out in the sun too long, or if it goes above 82, they got to run for an air conditioner. And she was sitting there in the sun, listening to all the speeches, the long, boring speeches that went on. She sat there the whole time, and she stood it, and afterwards posed for a million pictures. That showed stamina, it showed guts. And then, when I heard that she had delivered twins a few weeks before the campaign, I was hoping maybe we'd see her sometime after Election Day. We're at this big rally that we had, Republican rally, and who comes walking in first there, shaking hands with everybody in the room but Mazi. So you really exemplify what the American spirit should be. It used to be, it's not always that way today, but because of people like you, people who are paratroopers in the Israeli army, refugee from Ethiopia, a woman who really stands for what Americans stand for, probably more than most native-born Americans realize how great our country is. You realize more than anyone. You were able to channel that, to harness it, to lead the Republican Party to a great victory. You and Jen here in North Hempstead are going to do a phenomenal job. And again, I just am proud to have been part of the campaign to the small extent that I was, because you are a great woman, a great human being, a great American. So God bless Mazi, God bless America. Thank you.
A few days ago, there was an announcement from the county legislature, from the presiding officer, Rich Nicolello. And the announcement was that Mazi Pilip was going to become the chairperson of the Towns, Villages, and Cities Committee, which is it's a big deal. It's a big deal. Yes. And not only that, he gave her double duty as the vice chairperson of the health committee, which I think she's going to be pretty busy with. And she's also going to be on the senior citizens committee, the veterans affairs committee, and where's Commissioner Pat Ryder? Commissioner, she's on the public safety committee, so you guys better get together. There we go. And so it is a great honor, and I know the community of Great Neck is incredibly thankful for the confidence that he has put in Mazi already. And we'd like to ask the presiding officer, the man who's in charge of the county legislature, the chairperson, this is the guy, Rich Nicolello, to please come forward.
Thank you, Scott, and happy, healthy, and prosperous New Year to everyone who's here. It is a new day here in Nassau County. You know, we have a new county executive, a new comptroller, Elaine Phillips, a new supervisor, Jen DeCenter. But nothing signifies the new day more than Mazi. So I congratulate her, her family, and this community. You know, the 10th legislative district, which is the district that she ran in and won, was created by Democrats for Democrats to win. And in the 13 elections before this, the Democrats won easily. The Republican had no chance. So the fact that Mazi won in the 10th district is an incredible accomplishment. And it's your accomplishment and all of your supporters and everyone in this room. And I could tell you this on behalf of the majority at the legislature, Mazi is going to make us stronger and better. Not just the majority, but the legislature, our county, and our entire society. So congratulations to you and your family. God bless your family, and God bless the United States of America.
It is an incredible honor to introduce to you a Great Neck community leader, a person who, quite frankly, a lot of people look up to, and when he speaks, people listen, and that is Mehran Hakimian. Mehran, come on up.
Thank you, Scott. Good morning. Happy New Year to everyone. I'm very humbled to be called to speak in front of all these magnificent leaders that we have amongst us today. A year ago, exactly to the day, Scott called me like a week before saying that he wants to meet with me. I didn't know Scott. I invited him to come to my house. He came. We sat together with Mayor Pedro Brawl, and he asked us, how are we doing in Great Neck? Are we happy with everything that we have? Is everything going smoothly? And our reaction was, well, some things are very good, but some things need to be worked on. And he said, why don't you have voice on the table? I said, what does that mean? So why don't you find yourself a county legislator that could go and talk about your issues? Now that is equal to the government for the people. That's what it meant. It meant that the people will have to rise up and ask me and Mr. Brawl that you have to find that person. We're not going to give you a person. It's up to you regarding your problems, your needs. So gave us the power. Chairman Cairo, thank you very much to letting us do our grassroots efforts, come together, galvanize, all walks of life, the Asian community, we're so much grateful for. The Latino community, the blacks, we have them all here in Great Neck. We all came together. The Orthodox, the Jews, the non-Jews. We found Mazi, and that was really, it's all about the candidate. It's who you find. And Mazi background is a soldier. She's a fighter. And she wanted to fight anti-Semitism as much as I wanted to fight anti-Semitism. So we worked together. We worked hard. And I have to tell you, she was pregnant with twins. I didn't know they were twins, but she was pregnant. And during the campaign, towards the end, She had 100 times more energy than I did. And that really, the people reflected to that. The people saw that. So basically today we have to celebrate that now we have a government here that's by the people, for the people. And Chairman Cairo, again, we'd like to thank you for all your efforts and help. Bruce Blakeman, good luck. Thank you so much. Congressman Peter King, your old friend, thank you. All of you, thank you, especially to your family, Mazi, your husband, Albert. Thank you for lending us your wife for a few years and taking care of these beautiful children. You know, doctor is the cardiologist, so he has a full plate as well. But he was willing to do this for the community. And you know, I have to say one last thing. When I asked Mazi, what is your agenda? Here's the answer that she gave me that we should all remember. I'm here for the people. So thank you, Mazi. Thank you so much. Thank you, Scott. Congratulations.
We're going to move our program along because, as you can tell, we are being televised in North Hempstead, but just so everybody knows, we are international. We are also being televised in Israel, and Mazi's family is watching as we are going through this whole thing. So I hope everybody will please welcome two very special individuals. I'm going to ask them to come up together. They're both going to say a few words. The first person is the first Republican town supervisor in over 30 years in the town of North Hempstead, from Manhasset, director of CASA, an absolute dynamo. She's going to bring a lot of energy and a lot of new ideas to the town of North Hempstead. Jen DeSena, could you please come on up? You can stand over here. And a lady who has served as a mayor, she's served as a state senator, and she's now our county controller. She is an absolutely incredible public servant. I'd like to ask our new county controller, Elaine Phillips, to please come on up as well. And Elaine, I'm going to turn over the microphone to our supervisor first, okay? Supervisor.
Thank you very much. It's such an honor to be here today. I'm really overwhelmed. This is the first time I'm being introduced as supervisor, so I wouldn't be here. Thank you. And I so appreciate, you know, the color guard, the rabbi's blessings. Thank you so much. It means the world to me to be here with you. You know, when I started this campaign, I knew Elaine. She's a friend. She encouraged me so much. I knew Rich Nicolello. Obviously, I knew Congressman King. But, you know, a lot of you I've met over the past few months, and you've welcomed me into your homes. I've talked with you about your families, our values. I've done a lot of work supporting families and health. So I'm so happy to be part of this team. Obviously, I have to thank Chairman Cairo because he put together this team. He introduced me to Mazi, who became like a sister, who supported me so much during the campaign when days were hard, and she had this spirit, and pregnant, and energy, the spirit to lead and to really help the people. But Chairman Cairo, thank you for choosing me, and I'm grateful to be your supervisor. I'm looking forward to doing good work together with all of you, so many dignitaries here. I have prepared remarks for my swearing in at 2 o'clock today, so tune in or join us at Clinton G. Martin Park, and I'm very excited to make a new government with you and with Elaine. Thank you.
So good morning. The best thing I could do right now is congratulate Mazi and walk away, but I am a politician, so I'm going to take a second or two. I want to highlight the quote that is on our program. Coming together is a beginning. Keeping together is progress. Working together is a success. And that is exactly what Great Neck has done. We came together, we worked together, and that is why we have had success. So to each and every one of you, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for electing Mazi. Thank you for electing each and every one of us. You did your work, and now it is up to us to do our work. It takes leadership, Pedram, Maron, Karan, wherever you are, Alona, thank you, but really to the entire community. So I had the opportunity to speak with Mazi very early on. When she was identified as a candidate, we called each other, we spoke. I told her a little bit about the job, what I knew, and then she told me all about herself. And I knew from that minute that, one, she was the right candidate. Two, her dedication to our community was beyond. But three, and most importantly, that we will be friends forever. So Mazi, to your family, thank you for sharing your mom, you guys. This is a big deal. It's a really big deal, so thank you. Thank you very much. Mazi, may God bless you, and God bless us all. Thank you.
And now I'd like to welcome up our Justice Kohanin Lantzman, to please come forward. She's a Justice of the Supreme Court. She has a few remarks, and then we will be doing our affirmation of oath of office.
Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me? Good. Okay. Lemishpacha ba'aretz bruchim habayim v'mazal tov. Mazi, the campaign is over. Election day is over. The transition is over. Today, you are county legislator for the 10th district and its 70,000 residents. The oath of office you're about to take before your family, your friends, your constituents, and God Almighty is written in the New York State Constitution. It is the same oath every other county legislator takes. It is the same one the county executive takes. It is the same one the governor takes. And yet, there's something special and unique about you taking it. Mazi, you are a first. The first Ethiopian-born, Israeli-American IDF veteran to be elected to public office in the United States of America. You may also be the first successful candidate carrying twins during her campaign. I'm still researching that. But being a first is an enormous privilege, a huge opportunity, and a heavy responsibility. I felt it certainly when I was elected the first Iranian-born judge in New York. It is inescapable that your identity, your life experience as an Ethiopian immigrant to Israel, as a soldier in Tzahal defending Israel's citizens, and now an immigrant to America, has shaped who you are and the perspective you will bring to the challenges you will face as a county legislator. Mazi, embrace your identity, your history, your culture. Let the world see their beauty and their power. All of us, whether we want it or not, are ambassadors for the many identities we carry within us. We also have the opportunity to uplift our community, to be mentors and guides to others who want to go where we've gone. Mazi, you can, and I know that you will help them get there. Your election is and will continue to be an inspiration for so many, for Ethiopians, for Israelis, for mothers, for immigrants, and so many others, both here and around the world. Everything about you and your background of service to all the communities who claim you as their own assures us that you will continue to make them proud while serving all the communities in the 10th district with understanding and zeal. And you're blessed with a wonderful and supportive family to help you continue to be a success. Where's the husband? Has anyone told you what's expected of the spouse of an elected official? I've been there, my friend. We should probably talk. Mazi, this being New York, you represent a district full of firsts, of immigrants to this great country who in their lifetimes fled their own homelands to make a safer, better life for their families. They know the burdens and responsibilities you bear and share your hopes for your children and theirs. Mazi, be the strong, proud, Eshet Chayil your constituents voted for, and I know that God willing, you will be the first of many. Mazel tov. Okay. You want to go up there? Okay, I'm going to, you'll call her up.
So this will be the first time that you will get to be introduced to the Pilip family, some of you. So we're going to ask them to come forward. The number one son, where's Liad? Liad Pilip, come on up. Liad, come on up. Number two son, Liam Pilip, come on up, Liam. Number three, Ethan, come on up. And I like to refer to him as Big Ben. Ben, come on up. Dr. Pilip, could you up? Wait a minute, we forgot somebody. Maybe Dr. Pilip will bring up his little friend, the little girl of the family, Noah. Come on up, Noah. We would also like to ask our mayors to come up, too, because this is a very special day for our mayors. Mayor Naddis, if you can please come up. Mayor Brawl, if you could please come up. Mayor Lepatkin. Of course, Dr. Dan Levy, please come on up. And stand with them as the ceremony affirmation is given to our new county legislator, Mazi Pilip. Come on up, Mazi.
Repeat after me. I, Mazi Melesa Pilip, do solemnly affirm
I, Mazi Melesa Pilip, do solemnly affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of Nassau County Legislator
of the office of Nassau County Legislator
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations, you are now a county legislator.
Boys, you stay here. You stay up here with Mom. Stay up here. And to make a very special introduction, I'm very pleased to introduce Liam Pilip.
Good morning. My name is Liam Pilip. Today, I have the great honor of introducing to you someone I love very much, my mom, County Legislator Mazi Pilip.
Good morning, and again, thank you so much. Thank you, Judge, for the honor you have given me and swearing me in. Your words today inspiring, and I thank you and your sister Ellie for your service. You and the judicial system and your sister on the national diplomatic stage, you both make Great Neck very proud. Rabbi Kaczynski, Chabad, the Great Neck Alert Fire Department, John Winghouse, and the DAI, Mehran Hakimian, Michael Politzer, and all of the members of clergy and rabbis. Thank you for being here thank you for being a part of this special day. John, I will never forget how much the DAI helped me. All of the members have a friend in me. Thank you. Pedro and Elaine, you have been mentors and friends to me. I can't thank you enough for your help and support. I also want to thank all of the special guests, from the Nassau County BPA to CSEA and all of our local community organizations. Thank you for being here. I look forward to working with all of you. I would like to also thank Scott, Handan, Meran, Arzu, Dr. Besali, Ilona, Anna, Edna, Michael, and Orly for your daily support on the ground every day, side by side. I couldn't have done this without you. Now, I would love to thank my family. Liam, thank you for introducing me. I'm so proud of you. Liad, Ethan, Ben, Noah, and the twins, by the way, the twins who campaign with me every single day, Adele and Leah. I love you all, thank you. I know I couldn't have done this without a supportive and loving husband, Adalbert. This journey couldn't have been a success without you. You are a great father and a husband. I love you. Now, I would love to thank my family from Israel, my family, my sisters, my friends who are Zooming right now. All I want to say, thank you so much. I want to say that in Hebrew. תודה רבה, אמא, אבא, על האהבה, על התמיכה והאמון בי לאורך כל השנים. אני אוהבת אתכם. And I will say that in Amharic, in Ethiopian language, so my mom and dad can understand how much I love them. ኢማ አባ በጣም ወዳችኋለሁ። አመሰግናለሁ ስላሳደጋችሁኝ በጥሩ አርግታችሁ። I also would like to express my appreciation to you, Chairman Cairo. You believed in me. You supported me. You rooted me on each and every day. You are the best coach a player could ever have. You always know what to say and motivate all of us to be better. Thank you so much for being my coach and my friend. Congressman King, from the day I met you, you told me, Mazi, be yourself and the people will support you. You told me to fight hard and do what's right. I will, Congressman. Thank you. County Executive Blakeman, I can't wait to work with you and the entire team of Elaine Phillips, Ann Donnelly, Maureen O'Connor, Jen Desana, David Adami, Regini Silvestava, and the presiding officer, Rich Nicololo. Bruce, I'm so happy to be your partner. We have a long list of things to do in 10th District. I'm very lucky I have you as a partner. Presiding Officer Nicololo and all of my fellow legislators, thank you your warm welcome and support. Jen Desana, you will be a great supervisor. You are already off to a great start. I was probably the luckiest candidate running in this last election. I had the greatest team. We worked together, we stood together, we went together. Everyone in this audience is very important. Each of you played a very special role. Some of you, it was a text or a call to me. So many of you worked so hard, handing out a flyer or an Instagram post or put a sign in your lawn. Each of you played your part, and this victory and day dedicated to you. But it's also dedicated to everyone. Whether you voted for me or not, I will work very hard to represent our best hopes and dreams. There is not Republican or Democrat way to fill a pothole or revitalize a downtown. It is about caring. I want to be a legislator that listens and works with everyone to get things done for our community. I believe that everyone has something to contribute in a meaningful way. Government is about helping people. It's about meeting the challenges we have positively. Our downtowns, tax relief, supporting our police, reassessment, fighting hate and anti-Semitism are just some of the things I would like to accomplish with all of you. There are also local issues. I look forward to working with all of our mayors, civil groups, and organizations. During the campaign, we had a slogan. It simply said, when Great Nicks votes, Great Nicks wins. I want to change that slogan today with you, Bruce, Rich, and Jen. Our new slogan will be, when we work together, we win. Thank you, everyone. God bless you all. God bless America.
We have a very special person that we like to call up. He is a finalist for the Truman Scholarship Award. He is an NYU student. He is a major rising star. He's a leader. He is here on behalf of the Asian community as well as a lot of the young people who are so important to our community so that we can thrive and that we can grow. And it's my great honor to introduce to you Jeff Gu. Jeff, come on up.
Good morning, everyone. I'm so honored and proud to speak here today because I'm proud of what our new county legislator stands for. Mazi Pilip stands for unity, for common cause in the face of differing opinions, for public safety. All across the country and right here in New York, we've seen an abrupt rise in anti-Semitic and anti-Asian American hatred. We've seen our elected officials turn a blind eye to violence in the name of political messaging and political unity, while allowing our communities to be torn from one another by fear and apprehension. I am proud to be here today because Mazi Pilip is not just another politician. She is a community leader for every member of our community. She's going to listen to all of us, work hard for all of us, and fight for all of us each and every day. Mazi Pilip recognizes that our being here is a trust we've inherited, no matter the pigment of our skin, the circumstances of our birth, the shape of our eyes, or the mighty God we might worship. Our being here is a trust we've inherited from every individual who has had the honor of being called American, from the ships that first sailed here to find refuge from religious persecution, to the immigrants who have come since, on planes and in cars in search of new lives. While we are proud of this tradition of freedom and opportunity, our heritage is not just this pride, which we are heirs to, but also the legacy we must upkeep and the work we must do to ensure that our country remains that beacon of hope for generations to come. With public servants like Mazi Pilip leading the way, I have no doubt that we will sow unity instead of discord. We will get away from the political problems to begin solving the real problems. We will support our small businesses and entrepreneurs. We will make sure that our streets and synagogues and storefronts are safe from harm. We will ensure equal opportunity and education for all our children. We will remain stewards over our country's meritocratic and family-driven values. It begins here today. Thank you.
And now to close out our program, I'd like everybody to please stand while I welcome Owen Rubini, a junior at Great Neck North High School, who is going to sing for us, God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. from the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
On behalf of the Committee for Mazi Pilip, thank you so much for coming out today. This concludes our program. Happy New Year.